Did Jeepers Creepers only like to eat men? Jeepers Creepers definitely had a sweet tooth for men. But that didn't mean that he was pro-woman, that's for sure. Not by the way that he killed that senior citizen after breaking into her house. Or that black female cop that he pulled out of the car. But if you ask me, I don't think that he ate her. But he definitely ate that male cop, though. I synced it. They tongue kissed. Come on, Creeper. Now, I'm pretty sure his mama told him not to play with his food. I mean, I'm guessing he had a mama, right? Like, you know what? Never mind. I don't see no belly button, so I don't think he got no mama. I think he's just a demon sent from hell. But then when you get to Jeepers Creepers 4, he had a belly button. It's like, which one is it? Like, stick to the character design. But anywho, in the franchise, it seems as if he didn't eat any other woman that he killed except for that Asian lady. You know, the one in the latest Jeepers Creeper installment. And by my calculations, I could count on one hand how many women he killed in all 4 films. If I'm not mistaken, it was only about 4 women killed by his hand. But considering the fact that this creature had been around for hundreds of years, I'm sure that he had to swat a few women to death, especially if it meant to getting to the meal that he really wanted. You know how it is. As women can be ready to ride or die for our men and whatnot. Like, remember that petrified woman that was holding hands with that man in the first film? She probably got killed because she was riding for her mans. At least the Creeper had made sure that they were together in death. That was a sweet gesture. Probably one of the effects of eating a woman, you know. But with all that being said, I still don't believe he cared to eat women at all. Now, it was established in the first film that the Creeper liked the taste of fear in his victims. When he sensed the fear, that made him want to attack them even more. Fear must be delicious, delectable. It looked as if the Creeper only killed off women in the films to get to the prey that he really wanted, which were the delicious men. I felt this way for sure in the first 2 films, even though I have no idea why Trish didn't get killed. She seemed like she was such an agitator. You know, if I was the Creeper, I would have took her out, especially after running me over multiple times. Like, chick, are you crazy? Like, witch, are you stupid? Do you have a death wish? I guess you could say that the Creeper has a forgiving heart. Or maybe it was the fact that she didn't fear him that strongly. So he could sense that about her, and maybe that made him lose his appetite towards her. A real gag-worthy type moment, you know. Ugh. If you ask me, I feel like I saw a few women throughout the course of the series that looked like they were terrified of the Creeper. It looked like they had plenty of fear running through their veins. But why wasn't he picking them off? Could it be that the men had a higher level of fear for him? Maybe. Even though, like I said earlier, in the 4th film, he did kill that Asian lady. You know, he nibbled on her brain a little bit. But let's be honest, I'm assuming that the Creeper needed to solve a complex problem or something. You know, I'm sorry. That was like really distasteful. But in the film, he was trying to like become immortal or something, and he didn't have the common knowledge to understand how he was gonna get the baby. And he didn't understand that the baby needed to bake a little bit longer. Like the girl had to be like in her first trimester. So yeah, he needed a little Asian brain so he could figure out that the baby needed to cook a little longer. Jeepers Creeper is an excellent killer, but he don't know nothing about babies. So he needed that Asian brain. Okay, now, let's look at it like this. In the past, when a Jeepers Creeper character would eat a body part, it was usually something that he needed. Yeah, he needed a new head. He needed new eyes. You know, he needed a new limb. He would eat things like that and be replenished after he ate it. He ate this woman's brain. He must have been stupid. As the series went on, he began to devolve mentally. He got dumber. He needed the brain. I don't know, but he nibbled on the wrong brain because he was not successful. Creeper should have went for Jamie, the producer, because he looks like he's of Asian descent, but I'm not really sure. I'm not trying to have a racial moment here, but he should have took a shot at him. Hey, is it sick that I have a little sympathy for the Creeper? I mean, imagine if you were cursed with having to live forever and hibernate for 23 years only to feed for 23 days. I mean, I go around peeling car roofs backs like sardine cans as well. Shoot, I gotta eat. I'm on a time crunch. It's not personal. Even bears don't have to hibernate for that long. What kind of contract with the devil did this man sign? Because I'm sure he didn't read the fine print. Poor soul. Now, outside of the Asian lady's brain, there was no other proof that the Creeper eats women. But anybody could die by his hand, that's for sure. As the franchise progressed, the Jeepers Creepers creature became more and more unimpressive, specifically in the third and fourth film. I'm sorry. Oh my God, I'm sorry. And not to mention, a lot of questionable things started happening. Think about in the third Jeepers Creepers, the way they ended it off. Am I the only one that was surprised that he knew how to read? Who taught him how to read? And you mean to tell me he learned how to drive? And who was this man's teacher? And where does he get his gas from? Like, don't tell me the Creeper got a debit card. He got a debit card? That's crazy. I need to know who his debit card provider is, because I know with my card, it expired like every 3 to 5 years. And this man come back every 23 years and he can still get gas? Amazing. Who you with, creep? Who you with? I have so many questions. It's ridiculous. But Jeepers Creepers 2 was my favorite film in the franchise. I have never been so excited to see a yellow school bus in my life. But for you personally, what was your favorite Jeepers Creepers movie? Let me know down in the comment section. In the first film, I always wondered if Derry's death could have been avoided. Like, maybe the Creeper just had road rage issues. Maybe he was listening to Ludacris and wasn't even thinking about them. But Derry just had to put his scent on the Creeper's lair. Like, how more deserving to die could you be? Derry signed his death certificate by being Curious George in a cape looking down that pipe. Talking about, Trish, what if it was one of us down there? Then leave me. Make no sense for both of us to die. But I was with his sister. I'm sorry. No. Now, other killers such as, vampires and zombies, those kind of movies, they killed and ate both. Anybody could get it. Let the movie tell it. Jeepers Creepers was only killing men because they carried the most fear within them, But I think it could also be because they were cut from the same cloth, had similar levels of testosterone, genetic makeup, and such. Considering the fact that the Creeper was also male, I'm assuming that the Creeper was a male because he didn't have boobs or anything, but he also didn't have a penis. I looked for it. I still didn't see it, but I looked below the belt. Jeepers Creepers built like every little girl's Ken doll. Like, there's nothing there. So, since he is a male, he must have only wanted male organs. Now, imagine if he accidentally ate a uterus one day and became extremely emotional and crampy. He'll probably dismember himself and go eat a guy for dinner. The funny thing about it is he did almost eat a uterus because he didn't wait for the baby to develop before he went poking at her ovaries. I think about how annoyed the creeper must have been in the first film by Trish. Like, it really bothers me. Remember that scene where she was begging for him to take her because she was stronger? Let him go, take me, I'm stronger. Like, girl, please, he didn't care about none of that. He wanted your brother and his male organs and his savory, delectable fear. And if anything, he was hesitating on flying away because he wanted to snap her neck for being such an agitator, but he didn't want to take the risk of letting his dinner go, you know? But she thought that her yelling at him was her way of getting to the creeper in some type of way. Fearlessness must taste like non-seasoned food to cannibals, you know? Be strong, y'all. Be strong. I went in a little rabbit hole of cannibalism, right? And, well, to get research for this video, obviously, don't judge me. Calm down. Anyway, this is what I found out. You know, much like Jeepers Creepers would choose his victims based on their level of fear, some cannibals believe that scaring their victims before they devour them makes them taste better, because they believe that the scaredness releases adrenaline and other chemicals in the bloodstream that makes them tastier. Could it be that this was one of the Jeepers Creepers' tactics for hunting and seasoning up his food before he ate them? That extra hole in his nose must be the thing that he smelled fear with. What you think? If Jeepers Creepers had a specific diet, you know, like vegetarian, vegan, pescatarian, the creep would be like a male-only carnivore cannibalist. But on special occasions, he'll pop the top on some Asian female brain, you know, and suck out the inside of a uterus like a crawfish, as it seemed in the later films of the franchise. Desperate times call for desperate measures, I guess. He treated women the way 5-year-olds treat vegetables that they didn't want to eat. Like, he acknowledged it, but he never really wanted to eat it. He only fed on men because they had what he needed to replace what he was lacking or what he had lost for his unique state. And the fear for him was like hot sauce to make them taste better. Thank you all for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, don't leave my channel just yet. You know I got more for you.